Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to our company visit to a very promising reality of the photonics ecosystem. Welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to Meetoptics. Have you ever looked for a specific optical component for your project? I do this every day and it is a nightmare. There are over 1 million optical components out there in all kinds of variations, specifications and qualities. So how do you find the right component at the right time for the right price and the right lead time? Because time is also money. Have you looked for a hotel lately? Me neither. But before the pandemic, it was so easy. In Booking.com, they list 28 million hotels, and you can quickly find the right room and the right price with the right Wi-Fi connection, windows to the sea, and even a gym to keep you in shape. Can we have the same in optics, please? A Booking.com of optical elements? Well, sadly, that €1,000,000 idea did not occur to me. This idea came to the beautiful mind of Barbara Boades. So let's pay her a visit. After Riga, Torbay, Dresden and Berlin, we go to Barcelona on May 11th at 4 p.m. We are not visiting the beach of La Barceloneta or the Sagrada Familia. We are visiting the headquarters of Meetoptics. This startup has built a search engine in which you can specify exactly what you're looking for, compare all suppliers, understand if the components are in stock, and even order them online. It may sound too good to be true, so let's test the search engine with real use cases. Please send me your use case by email with the specifications of dimensions, clear aperture, reflectance, focal length, or wavelength range, or anything you want. Let's test it live. I want to hear about their plans for setting up a lab for testing optics on site before they recommend them in their search engine. Because this is of course a huge opportunity for the optics community, and wherever there is business in photonics, epic travels. Come with me to Barcelona on Tuesday, May 11th at 4 p.m. Sign up to join the virtual Sunroom bus or follow it live in our Epic Photonics YouTube channel. Welcome to Barcelona. Many of you signed up for the YouTube bus. All of those you are also still on time. Let's hear about this fantastic story that is Meetoptics. We are going live. We are connecting live to Barcelona, the capital of Catalonia.
Hello,
in
everyone.
Spain.
Hello.
Barbara Boades, CEO of Meetoptics. Thank you very much for having us. What are we about to see around here? What are you showing us?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Meetoptics tour. We are here at Barcelona, very nice city with very sun. And we will now show you a bit where our offices are and why are we here. So if you want to come, let's go.
It is really sunny today. As you can see, I'm so jealous. I am based in the Netherlands. Today is extremely cloudy. We are going up the stairs. What are we visiting? Is this part of a technology campus? In which part of Barcelona are we right now? We are entering the door. I think Laura can hear me perhaps. So we are entering the door, and Barbara, Laura, we are entering the offices of Meetoptics.
There are different startups here, and we are one of those startups as well. So this is where everything happens.
This is where the magic happens. We are having a bit of problem with the connection, which I want to acknowledge and apologize. But we are entering now the offices of Meetoptics. We are meeting some of your colleagues. Hello, my name is Jose, and I came here with a lot of friends to meet Meetoptics. All right, so Barbara, before we start, please sit down and let's have a quick chat before you amaze us with what you do. I would like to ask you the obvious question that all of us have in mind. I think you saw the video, you saw my vision, but for you, for the founder, what is Meetoptics?
So we decided to give Meetoptics like a highly specialized search engine for optical components, but also for any product in the photonics industry, with the goal to help researchers, engineers, innovators to build any photonics technology basically by searching very fast any core photonics products for any specification that I require.
We met a few months ago, and you told me the amazing story, which resonated with me. You are developing an R&D project, and one day you realize that you are looking for that specific optical element in your setup, and you had to stop the project to look on all the catalogs. Tell us about that story, and that was the beginning of Meetoptics, correct?
Yeah. So that was 4 years ago. I was doing my PhD in data science. It was quite frustrating for me that we were working with this super high-intense IR laser that was producing attosecond pulses in the subaqueous regime, and we're measuring electronic dynamics inside atoms. But we had to stop this amazing setup, quite complex, just because we were looking for I don't know, like a specific camera, specific spectrometer, specific filter, specific lens to be able to continue. So that was quite frustrating for me to have to stop this setup for weeks just because we were looking for the right component to continue.
I mean, to be honest, stopping R&D because looking for a component is a nightmare. You manage to make it a business. And I love that when you have a bottleneck and you actually solve it by making a business plan for that. So from that idea that it shouldn't take very long to find an optical element because it takes seconds to find a hotel, you start up a company. Tell me about the company. What are your products? What do you sell?
So we started with a search engine that gathers many thousands of optical components that are available in the market and puts them in one place at Meetoptics platform, such that our users can find, sort, and compare any product by any specification they want. And our vision is to afterwards include optomechanics, light sources, fiber optics, so to have all the different core photonic products that you can build any technology from it. And when we launched this part of the search engine, our users started requesting us as well for services, technologies, custom products. So now you can also do this through the platform. So what we do is we match these requests of technologies or of custom products with those companies who can provide for this technology of the custom products.
I was quite amazed by when you visit the website, the first thing that you see is that you really can specify very far the kind of optic that you need. But you also, and you are very clear as well, you also buy surface and you also look for customized products, which at the end of the day is most of the companies very customized for their system. For me, this is something that really makes me fascinated. I am fascinated because I your job, but hardcore on daily basis. And in the last 2 months, I visited your site constantly to look for who is actually making the right aspheric optics, for example, the search I did this morning on your website. What do you, in general, could you tell me why people should visit your website? What do you offer to the users of Meetoptics?
So our users can compare any specification from any supplier at the platform. That means that instead of going to one supplier, checking what they have, another supplier, checking what they have, then maybe contacting them if they don't find what they were looking for, then contacting another supplier, they can find everything just in one place. Just by placing the right filters that they need for their applications, they can basically just in minutes find what they are looking for. So that's what we offer to our suppliers. And also we only put into our platform verified suppliers, so suppliers that the community works with. And this gives you, if you didn't know, for example, about a highly specified supplier that it's maybe based in Germany, but you are in the US, and then you find that they have a product, how would you trust them? So we make sure that all the companies that are in the platform are verified suppliers.
I brought suppliers, I brought customers, I brought many people with me. I always don't like traveling alone. So I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. Actually, there is a company called SUS Micro Optics in Switzerland, and they offer micro optics. Wilfred Noel is the chief technologist from SUS Micro Optics. Wilfred, hello. The reason why I want you to jump in the conversation right now is that there is a website that offers standard by catalog optics, but also customized optics. And of course, SUSE Micro-Optics is one of the key companies that do often by replication, high volume manufacturing of micro-optics. Barbara, how do you persuade a company like SUSE Micro-Optics to offer their products in your website?
It's very, very easy. We take care of all the integration of the products. So we do an automation of these products. And then once they are on our platform, we give them the chance to understand how our users interact with the products. So they have analytics dashboards where they can see the products, how our users click on them, how they visit the properties. And in that way, you can have a feeling of the value as well that Meetoptics brings to the company. So we want to be very transparent, and this is what we offer them. So basically, our users will be able to find their products, their technical capabilities, their costume possibilities in our platform. So when they are looking for micro-optics, they will be able to see SUSE micro-optics as well products there.
Wilfred, what comes to your mind? I know that you are aware of this.
Yeah. So this is a very good idea, actually. So when we actually do exactly, I had to do that the other day. I had to look for a component, and I went to like 5 different suppliers until I found what I was looking for. So if I would have known, I could have done that at one place, would have been easier, huh? So yes, this is very interesting. And yes, we just launched our own web shop a few months ago in February. So if we could, I will definitely post that internally to our marketing and sales team to be part of your interface. This would be very interesting. So we offer our standard off-the-shelf stuff, but this is just a minority. I mean, 99% of our business is custom-made optics. So we would have to agree on how we would integrate that. But this is definitely a very good idea.
Fantastic, Wilfred. I'm going to come back to you later because there is some metrology issues I want to address. But Barbara, companies like SUSE Micro-Optics, these companies want to sell worldwide. Where are your users coming from? Do you have metrics on which ones are from Europe, the US, Asia?
Yeah, so now we are focused in Europe and North America. So most of our traffic, or most of our users come from these markets. Once we get into the point where these markets, we understand them well, or we have like a good market share here, then we might as well include Asia. But at the moment, only US and North America. Sorry, Europe and North America markets.
I've been told that we have a couple of issues with the sound. Apparently, there's some construction work. They are making Barcelona even more beautiful than already is. So
the offices are at the university, so apparently our students have finished classes. So they use this time to make some noise because they don't have classes anymore. So yes, some construction around here.
For me, one of the topics that is quite interesting to address is how your company can be useful for optical designers, or actually optical system designers. One of the companies that we had in our network is the company OptiRoss. Actually, Ross Stanley, the founder of OptiRoss, is with us. Ross, you provide optical design services and optical instrument design services. When you see a website like this one, you see a website that is offering today the possibility of actually specify any optics that you want, from polarizers to aspheric optics. What is the first feeling that you have? What do you expect this to? How do you expect this to help you in your daily work?
I think, yeah, thanks Jose. Yeah, this is really nice, because generally, if we want to look at off-the-shelf components, we start off with the Edmunds catalog. We look through its filter. We go through Tor Labs and we filter some things there. And then we may not find what we've got, so we're going someplace else. So one of the things which I like here is that there's sort of a common filtering system for all the catalogs. So therefore, if you want something with a certain specification, you can zoom on that quite quickly. I have a question for Barbara, and that is that very often when we're doing our design, we're using like Zemax lens catalogs, and it will do lens substitution for you. Now, can you imagine in the future making a link to this so we can go, like ZMax at the moment goes to Optimax, a link where we could go to your site and yeah, all the lenses appear?
Yes. So yes, it's a very nice question. It's something we thought a lot about it. So you'll be able to add directly the designs from ZMax. You'll be able to, if you have already, let's say, a number of the product code, you can enter it already into the site, and then this product will appear. So if you know the code, now is already the link is direct to that product. And yes, we would like to as well that you can include the ZMax designs or the ZMax like catalog that you have found there with your designs, and then you can find them quickly. And soon we're going to launch something called alternative quote, which means that you have a product from a company or a set of products, let's say A, B, and C from a company, and then you can have an alternative from another company with very similar components inside, just in case, for example, delivery time, you want to improve it, or you want to improve maybe the surface roughness or the dispersion or any other specification you might need.
So sounds great.
Ross, do me a favor. I'm gonna leave you off the hook now, but I would like you to think about a challenge. Think about a challenge, because in the live demo, I want Barbara and her team not to be prepared. I want us to challenge her with a key question. So think about it. You are one of my biggest experts in optical design in the EPIC network. Thank you, Ross.
Okay, thank you.
I want to ask you something else, Barbara. Not everything is easy in this world, and I know there are challenges for every company. What are your challenges?
So it's true that something that Ross mentioned, that every catalog has their own way of mentioning the specifications. So now we are developing these algorithms that standardize the specifications across providers, and it is quite challenging because it's like engineering, it's perhaps part of IT, part for physics. So this is quite challenging, and also to have all the companies on board, plus having visibility through our community.
You know what one of my challenges could be? So at the end of the day, there are many companies in the European industry who don't want to sell optics. They want to sell machines to make optics. So they want to address the market like that you can come to me and get some prototypes, but what I really want is to sell you the machine. So the price of my units are irrelevant, and sometimes even there is no price for them, because what they want is to go to you the long way. How can you match this into a website that actually offers services and per catalog products?
So we have on our platform two parts of it. One is the offset part that you can see on the search, and the other part is that you can request us for any technology, any custom product, or any service. And sometimes we got requests for, let's say, very with a highly accuracy machines like cutting, or we got requests from people who were building a new lab system and they needed people. We got requests, I mean, many times our requests very weird sometimes that we didn't expect. And when we do, then we find the companies that can help them, and then we do this match of the request with the companies that can help them. So this is something we can already do. And for the part of the search, the platform has started with optics, because this is something that we see that our community needs more currently. But then we add optomechanics, we add fiber optics, light sources, and eventually we can add as well mechanical tools for developing these optics as well.
Barbara, there is somebody with me in the EPIC bus that I also want you to meet. And the reason for that, Barbara, is that when I look at the website, you specify very well the capabilities of every product in your website. It's quite amazing, the level of detail. But at the end of the day, you are actually, allow me to say it so clearly, trusting the information you get from those suppliers. Is there an activity, a role do you see for a company like, for example, Meetoptics, that is the market leader on measuring the transmittance and reflectance of any optic? And we have with us the CEO of Meetoptics, Taras Lisowski. Taras, good afternoon.
Hello to everyone. Nice to meet you here.
Barbara, how do you address this issue? And let's see how Taras can help you. Barbara, how do you address the issue that sometimes all the data that you have is from the catalog?
So we have to say that if a supplier has this data for their optics, it's the same data we have on our platform. That's true. But then sometimes if the users, let's say an engineer, a researcher buys the optic and they think this is not the right specification, then they can add a comment onto the product. So this is something not available at the moment, but it will be very, very soon, where people can comment, can rank the product, and then this will give you a double check on the specifications, whether you can trust them or not.
Taras, to what level do you think we can trust the information from the catalog, and to what level do you think we need to perform extra measurements on those optics? And be clear, this is a group of friends just talking and finding ways to collaborate.
Well, to be honest, my position is seeing is believing. So if you really can see your measurement result, you can trust these results. If you just only have some words without any confirmation of the measurement, that's probably not enough. To be honest, Barbara, I'm really impressed with the web page you have designed and the idea you have implemented. It's really, really impressive. I see that you went one level up comparing to the standard catalog companies, which are also on your web page, by the way, like Meetoptics and other companies. My question is, I have actually two questions for you. The first question is that I expect that you may see many companies trying to enter your web page and add their products to your web page. Do you have any screening procedure for the companies who will be able to present their products on your web page? That's the first question. And the second question is, in case of the companies which have a very specific, which is not on your web page, really unique, custom-made, what is the procedure how this company can order this customized product on your web page through the network of your suppliers?
Okay, so let me answer the first question, which is if how do we verify that we do not put all companies, but the companies that that the community have verified already. So I worked, I do not have a PhD in Photonics, so I worked during my PhD with many companies, and those ones that I work with and I trust, those ones that say they are already future, like in a positive way. And then we have people who work in the community, people who use our site, who asks us for other companies. They say, for example, hey, I saw that in your optical filters you are missing this and that company, so could you please add them? So then we check if more users also want that companies, and then we contact them and say, okay, so those are our verified companies because our community requested for these companies. So this is how we do the level of verification. And then for the second question of custom products, like something very specific, what we have on the platform, you can see that there is a list of custom suppliers, but also if you're looking for the specific, in the specific search, and you want to find something, let's say very, very small or very, very big, and then you don't have off-shelf products, what you have is a list of companies who can provide custom solutions. So you can either contact them directly and then they will tell you whether they can help you or not, or you can contact us and then tell us what are you looking for, which is specific needs. And then what we do is we screen the market, we find this company that has the capabilities that you're looking for, and we put you directly in contact with them. So what we make sure is that our clients, which are those providers of technologies, of products, they have a direct access to the end user, like this engineer or researcher or innovator in photonics.
Taras, I will come back to you, but I would like to remind all the audience that if you're looking for a partner to measure the transmitter reflectance of any optics, my favorite company on that is Essent Optics. But I want to continue with you, Barbara, because before we go to introduce your team, one thing that I love about you is your vision. So tell me about your vision for Meetoptics. Illuminate us.
Well, I'm not sure that's a big challenge. So we see photonics, to be honest, like it's something that people are saying it's the next era of technology, and we believe on that. So we want to be able that to make everyone who wants to enter in this field, so any maybe a startup who wants to use the photonic technology in their new applications, that they can understand it, they find a place that can trust, and they can understand what they need for the application. So this will be our mission, to have a faster access to photonics and help everyone to enter into this community.
Barbara, nobody goes very far doing things alone, and I know you have a great team, and I really want to meet all of them. So let's say buenas tardes to all your colleagues.
Great. So maybe we can change the camera then, or well, or not. Okay. James.
Hi.
Hello, James.
CTO.
The CTO is the most important person in every company. I know.
Let me put it here because of the light. Okay.
So before I was at Meetoptics, before we started with Barbara, I was a PhD and then a postdoc in quantum optics. And so now I've gone from there to leading the tech team here at Meetoptics.
Nice to meet you, and congratulations on what you are achieving. And congratulations on your bottle of water. Let's drink a little bit. It looks hot in Barcelona today. Who else do we have in the room?
So we have also Mark here.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a full-stack developer, and I'm responsible for the website development and for implementing some of the solutions, the functionalities that we add to the website.
Having a website like that is a big challenge. Having it up constantly is a big challenge. I always know that because of our Epic website. I would like to ask you also, you have some metrics on who is accessing the website from which parts of the world, and is that something that maybe resonated with the rest of the team, that maybe you got some visits from some countries that you were not expecting?
Well, we mostly get visits from the United States and Europe, but for sure from all around the world, people are interested in photonics.
And who else do we have here? Barbara, I'm gonna talk about the worldwide market. Look, I see myself there. And
yes, you have Laura. So maybe with Laura you can share the screen, the other screen. So we start.
So Laura is going to share with us also some of the colleagues that are working remotely as well. So we have with us.
So I'm Laura. I'm the marketing specialist, and I make sure that we reach more engineers, researchers, and innovators to grow the Meetoptics community. So.
And I have two of your colleagues working remotely as everyone during the pandemic times. Today we have with us Joao Miranda and Gerard Planes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jose. So my name is Joao Miranda. I'm a software engineer and data analyst, and I'm responsible for the data collection, processing, and analysis. And also responsible for the automation of some different business processes.
And Gerard?
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Gerard. I also have a background in photonics, so I did a PhD in photonics, sort of with James and Barbara. So we coincided a little bit. And I'm working at the moment as a backend engineer. So my job is mostly to go to the suppliers' websites, extract all the products, and then process it so that we can standardize and compare all the specifications with the filters that we have on the front end of the website.
It is fantastic that a great group of optical experts have been brought together to solve this technology issue. It is demo time, and now I'm excited. It is demo time. Let's do a demo. Allow me to go back to Barbara and to James, and let's do a demo. Barbara, what is going to happen now? I want people to experience how this works, and I want people to challenge you. I love challenging.
So yeah, I will do the demo. I will show you a bit how the platform works. So let me share the screen. So here we are on the main page. This is the main page where we see all the different categories with the photonics products. And here we will see the next products that we will launch, optomechanics and light sources, which will be in soon. Then, for example, let's see that I want to search for a specific optical component, let's say a spherical lens. I would choose the category, which would be lenses. Then I would go to assigned lenses, which would be the subcategory. And here on the left, we can see all the filters that we can apply in order to narrow the search. For example, let's say that I want to search for 50 to 200 millimeters of focal length and a diameter, and a diameter of 50 millimeters. So here we can see all the different products, and we can also, if we want to apply more filters, we can also choose like the type of supplier, the type of lens, or more high specialized filters. For example, here we have the IR coating, center thickness, clear aperture, and many others. And here on the top, we can see all the filters that we have applied. So we have them here, and we can also add more columns here with the different filters. We can also sort the different products by the price, for example, or by availability. So we can sort them here. And if we like, for example, this product, we can unfold here. We can see all the different specifications.
All the different specifications. It's amazing. For me, one thing that for me is very, very amazing here is that you talk about the price openly. And you also talk about the units that you can order. Does the unit price depends on the amount of units? Did you have that implemented? Is that something that you want to do in the future?
Yeah, I can answer that question.
Hello, James. Come on, Jamin. Just get a chair and sit down next to Laura.
Yeah, that is something that will be coming very soon. Yes, we definitely have that in the pipeline to do. We have data from many suppliers which have the volume pricing, and that will be implemented on the website in the coming months.
How difficult it is to get the information from the supplier, James? Yeah, I like family groups. Yeah.
Yes, it depends on the supplier. Some suppliers are easier than others. So sometimes the data from a supplier can be very messy, and sometimes it can be very easy to understand and very well structured. So sometimes it's difficult and sometimes it's easy.
So let me keep the screen share, and we're going to continue with the demo in a second. But let me introduce you to one future supplier. So we have a company in Germany called Multiphoton Optics. Multiphoton Optics is a company that offers two-photon polymerization based manufacturing of micro-optics. They make micro-optic services, but also the machines. Sonia Pfeiffer is the head of communication at Multiphoton Optics. Hello, Sonia.
Hello, Jose. Hello, everyone.
When you're seeing this work from Meetoptics, does it resonate with you? Do you see a future way of putting the optics customized manufacturing on multiphoton on this?
Yeah, so I had a look on the sizes and dimensions. I think the optics are a bit too big for our machine. So typical size for lens or for optics is 1 millimeter. But of course, we are working customized solutions. So it depends always. It's a matter of size, I would say. But we can integrate functionalization, everything. So it's a matter of size. But it's interesting.
James, Laura, Barbara, Europe is living the European micro-optics revolution. The European micro-optics revolution, companies like FISBA, companies like Axetris, we already talked to SUS Micro-Optics before, NILT, more Photonics. I could talk for hours about how many are there, but it's true. When I look at the website, most of your optics have higher dimensions. Is that future work to also enter the micro-optics part?
Yes, so we know that micro-optics have another technology, which, it's a technology that is not the same as the big companies. I'm not sure you can.
We can hear you. Please continue. Yes, we can hear you. Barbara, keep illuminating us with your comments. I think we lost Barbara. So James, you want to take over?
Do you want to sit here?
Yeah, maybe I can come. Okay. Sorry, someone was calling my phone. So yes, the answer is yes. We would love we have micro optics in the platform, we are going to put a specific category for that. And we will be very happy that companies like Zeus Optics joined, and then we can put their products, but also other companies, and we can put their products as well.
Okay, so Sonia, I do believe that we need to provide input to these people from the micro optics community. We do need to do that, and I would like to have a separate chat with your team at Multiphoton to see how we can also add 2-photon polymerization services and equipment in this website.
So next time, or when? Now?
I know I will arrange it in a separate call because that has to be
Okay,
first secret.
it would be too extensive, I would say, because TPP technology is a big field, a lot of challenges and possibilities that we can offer to our customers. And yes, please contact us. We would be happy.
Thank you very much. And let's go back to Laura Ventura, who was showing us this illuminating and illustrating demonstrator.
So I will share the screen again. So here we can see all the products that we with the specifications that we have chosen. And for example, we have, I want to look for mirrors. We can go here to flat mirrors, and we can see the different providers. So we can add the product to the cart as well. And we can also compare different products from different providers. For example, if we want to compare, so here, I put the specifications. And here, if we want to compare, let's say this product and this product, we can click here and compare. And here we will see all the products that we have chosen to compare. And we can also add them to the cart by clicking here. And then if we haven't found what we were looking for, we have here all the custom providers and all their technical capabilities. Here we can unfold them. And so let's see, we can add this product.
I'm quite happy that you offer directly to order through the website. How does it work? Do you get the order directly, or does it redirect you to the supplier's website?
Yes, so if we want to order from the supplier, we can click here on the cart page, and we can order directly from the supplier and proceed with the checkout process here. So it's very easy. And here we can also, if we want to, for example, a specific service, we can go here and we can choose the service that we want. So for example, custom optics, we can fill out this request, and with all the specifications, and Meetoptics will analyze these requests and give us direct access to photonic service providers that will analyze these requests and will help us. So
I like that, and I like that that all the companies I see are also members of EPIC. That shows that my threshold and filter for quality is also working. Laura, are you brave for the challenging round?
I don't know.
That's not the answer I'm expecting. I'm going to ask again. Laura, are you brave for the challenging round?
Yes, I am.
See. Yes, they are. All right. The first challenge is coming from Zeus Micro Optics. I want him to challenge you with one question. Wilfred Null, what's on your mind?
I was looking recently for an aspheric collimator lens on wavelengths 10 micron. And the problem that I had, I couldn't find a very small lens. So I had to go to the usual suspect for infrared optics, for mid-infrared optics. It was very hard to find the lens that had the right focal length, the right diameter, and the right numerical aperture. It was really hard to find. So I don't know if you, I mean, it's not really,
let's be even more specific. Mid-infrared covers a large set of wavelength from 3 to 15 micrometers.
10 microns.
Optics for 10 micrometers wavelength with the maximum transmittance. A person with that challenge, Laura, Barbara, James, how do they find the information in the website? Live demo now.
Yeah, so are we sharing the screen at the moment?
Not now, you can do it again, please.
No, okay. So I could do it. Let
yes, please. You know, live demos never work, so don't be surprised if it doesn't, but it is, my money is on that it will.
Okay, okay, so let's do that. Okay. Well, it's not my laptop, so let's do Laura. Let's.
Laura, don't let anyone touch your laptop. Yes, the screen is being shared, and let's go ahead. Mid-infrared optics for 10 micrometer wavelength.
Exactly. So I will go, for example, you can go to a spheric lens, or you can go to have like a normal spheric lens or a condensed lens. It depends. And then here you can put 10 micron and 10 micron, which is 10,000 nanometers. And you'll have, in this case, all products come up from Edmund. So we have a list of 51. And if you, I think you mentioned that you wanted something small. Could it be? Is it true?
Yeah, I want less than 10 millimeters in diameter. So yeah.
Okay, so let's say from 1 to 10 millimeters diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is no company at the moment. So
yeah, exactly. It's very difficult. Well, there is one, but they're probably not very open to share. I don't know. So
so we have a list. Here you can see the suppliers. We have their products listed. So we have Aspericon, Edmund Optics, Exma, Time Optical, Optosigma, Core Labs. So if the company you know is not one of those, then the product does not appear. So we make sure we have all the products from the companies we integrate, but of course we don't have the products from the companies we don't integrate. So the nice thing though is that you can contact these companies who can offer the solution as a custom product. So you could see here the capabilities and check the, for example, the dimensions. The tech might be able to do it. Then you can check also the spectral range. Then it doesn't work, but we could go to light path and then see if they can add in this range.
Okay, I see. This is very practical. This is definitely very good to start this way. I like this. Yeah. So it already narrows it down for me where to look further, where to make my special request. This is very good. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this works for me.
And my bet would also have gone to go to light path, which is what I was going to comment on that today. When it comes to mid-infrared optics, they are very good on this. But I want to continue. A second challenge in the room is coming from Opti Ross. Founder Ross Stanley is with us. Ross, challenge my friends. Don't worry, just challenge them. I love that.
Okay, I just want a simple lens with. I want to be able to select the glass.
The glass, okay.
Yeah, I want particularly some kind of glass which I know is not hygroscopic. You know, is resistant glass, a hard glass.
A hard glass, okay. Okay.
Or that's if we want SF6 glass, for example. I just want my lens as an SF6.
Okay. So you want a lens. So
yep.
A lens, a spherical lens.
Yep.
And then the only thing you care apparently not about the dimensions, not about anything else,
yep.
but the
material.
So then you go here to more filters, and you can find the substrate. So you can
okay.
You can choose any substrate you want. So I can't remember which one you mentioned.
SF5. It's there. It's there. NSF5.
NSF5.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So actually, that's the answer to my question. It's under substrate. I was looking for material.
Okay. So we have we need to choose whether we put substrate or material.
Yep.
We chose material.
Yeah, sure.
You can also choose, for example, the coating, the center.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Very often the customers of the optics manufacturers specify also filters to be done on the optics with thin film. Is that something that they can actually get some help here in the website to Barbara, Laura, James, and all the team? Can we also specify wavelength field filtered, or do you think it's something that maybe we can add in the future?
So the wavelength range, you mean? Yes, you can add it here. So for example, if you want something in the linear IR, like something that it's like from 600 to 700 transmission wavelength, you can put it here, and then like you have so now we chose the products we have this substrate plus this wavelength range, you see it here. and that they are in this wavelength range. Is that what you meant? Sorry?
Yes, exactly what I meant. And for me, the next step is once you have that platform, we need to have another iteration. We bring companies like Spectrogon or Delta Optical Thin Film that actually by getting these optics, they can specify filters, and we could have a bandpass filter for many different applications from hyperspectral to medical.
Yeah, we can do that as well. So for example, in mirrors, if we go to mirrors, what you can do is you can say, okay, so what is the reflectance I want? So let's say something like quite high. And then you can choose here the wavelength range that you want this reflectance to be. Let's say something maybe invisible this time. Sorry, I have. Yeah, so do the demo with your laptop. That's the take-home message. So you can add here another reflective band. So we have
okay.
And here you could add a second reflective band as well. So maybe now you wanna, I don't know, another wavelength range, another reflectance, or more than another reflectance. So you could add it here as well. So this will be a dichroic mirror.
Okay, so let's go now to one of your, I think, current and future users. There's a company in Switzerland specialized in micro machine products. So basically, this is a company that actually develops micro tools, right? MPS Microsystems is in the room. And we have with us Eugen Barwald, who has listened to the presentation, has listened to the demo, has seen my challenges, has seen you sweating a little bit, and I love that. Eugen, what's on your mind, and why do you think this could be useful? What kind of room for cooperation could there be here?
Hi, hello everybody. So my name is Eugen Barwald, working for MPS Microsystems. Yeah, we are not producing tools, we are not producing micro tools. Microsystems means we are producing microsystems so that we have miniature ball screw drives, for instance, which we are using for driving electromechanical, so optomechanics. Means we are a part of the Faulhaber group. We also have the motors in the group and do the optomechanical high position systems, very, very different ones. And so my question here would be, when do you intend to start with the optomechanics on your platform?
Okay, so we in Q3, so very, very soon, we're starting developing the architecture. So I think you should contact us, because then we can build it such that you can fit nicely on this architecture development, because it will be launched by the end of this year. So I mean, there's always a period where we develop and a period where, so if you come before the launch, then we can adapt it with your, like, I don't know, the needs, or with your specifications, or that it fits better. So
yeah, I think this is a good idea where we can then also discuss. Of course, this is, I think, also important to know for you what are the specifications, what could we add additionally.
Eugene, this is only the beginning. They are going to introduce lasers, detectors. They're going to introduce also, of course, the microsystems. They have a roadmap. They do have a roadmap. Barbara, James, tell us about your roadmap. I want to hear what is happening, because I want to involve my 700 friends here.
Great. Can you see the screen share?
Gorilla Glass clear.
Perfect. Okay, so in the last few months, we've actually been doing a lot of work on redesigning the website itself. So if you've been using it recently and then you used it today, you might have noticed that it changed a bit. So Mark has been working very hard to get like a new version of the search working. And so that's now working today. And over the next few months, we will be slowly rolling out new more features over time. And so one thing I'd like to just comment now is that, like, we're very open to any suggestions that anyone has about the usability of our website. If you think that something doesn't work, or if you think you would want to see a new feature or something like that, then please let us know. We'll be very happy to include that in our roadmap. So we're excited to do that to help anyone that's trying to find what they want, to help them find it as easy as possible. So that's what we're doing at the moment. We're improving our web design and the usability of our site. And soon, at the same time, we're also developing some new functionalities. So one that Barbara already mentioned is this kind of product recommendation tool. So that's will allow you to, once you select any product on the Meetoptics website, to then see other related products. So that might be something which has exactly the same specifications from a different supplier, or it could be some product that is related. So once we have optomechanics, which we don't have yet, but then we'll have, say, oh, you want this lens, then you also have this optomechanic which fits with it. And then along with that product recommendation, Barbara also mentioned earlier that we're going to have this idea of a automatic quotation, which lets you, once you've selected products and put them in the cart, it then tells you, here is another quotation from another supplier that can give you these same specifications for the same product. Okay, and then so after that is done, and during that time, we're also going to be working on launching lots of new products. So as you can see, the website as it is now just has mostly optical components. We've actually just been over time increasing that from, we started from just lenses, and now we have sort of the full gamut of optical components. We've just launched some new products in the optical assemblies category today, thanks to some nice work from Gerard. So that's another step on that. But over time, we want to greatly increase the range of products. So we'll be going outside of just the optical components to start launching optomechanics, light sources, fiber optics, and detection devices. And that way we kind of start to achieve our vision of taking everything in photonics and helping it all be found in one single place. And so after all that work is done, then we
James, I had to ask you, because you go one back slide. When you say timeline, it's timeline, right? So could you put some time in the line?
It depends. We'll see.
Dream away. I will not be there judging you. But when can we expect, for example, the light sources, the lasers and LEDs to be in the website? 1 year, something like that?
Yeah, I think optomechanics and light sources, we'll start developing them in a few next months. So if someone is interested on announcing them, I think they should contact us earlier than later. Then after will be fiber optics and detection devices like cameras, spectrometers, photodiodes. So for light sources and optomechanics, we expect them to be launched at the beginning of next year, end of this year. So to have the first launch, the first test of a few of the, I mean, we cannot launch them, all of them at once. So we'll start with some of the subcategories inside these big categories at the end of this year.
I will be at the end of this year checking, and if it's not there, I'm going to be very upset.
You won't be upset, don't worry.
Okay, so following all that, we're going to be introducing other new functionalities on the website. So as Barbara was talking about before, we want to introduce like a real community around the Meetoptics platform. So introducing things like being able to make comments on the products, say whether it worked for you or not, say and ask questions about the products and get responses from other people in the community. So you can say, is this lens going to work for this application? And then someone can respond to that. So we really want to build a nice community, a place where people from all over the Photonics community can come and sort of find out about all the products and actually help each other to use them well.
It is a model that has worked for every single product in the industry. So I always buy things when they get good reviews, when I order them in Amazon. So I love that you are bringing this to the optics and photonics community. I love it, and I'm going to be one of the ones who write most reviews. So you would be expecting that. I see that the technology design you have here talk about optical tweezers, you talk about LiDAR. You want it to be an application community as well. You want people who are doing their quantum related metrology systems to come here and to share openly as much as they can what instruments they use in their setups.
So it's true or not? So yes, we want to have a database of systems that you can see the general, let's say, components that will lead to a optical tweezer, to a LiDAR system, to a Li-Fi. But then if you, for your application, you need tweak a bit, you need to tweak a bit some of the components inside to change the output, then this will be able to do it as well in the platform.
Okay, photonics for all, democratization of photonics. I love that, but I also, of course, I understand that technology comes with a price. I want to see how the community can help you. So I have 700 companies behind me, and I want them to help you. What would you ask them? The top of your mind, what is the first 2-3 items that this community could help you to develop Meetoptics to the dream that you have in mind?
So I guess the first one is feedback when using it. So we want to have a platform that is helping everyone in the community. So if someone feels like something is missing, something is not working, so feedback is very, very important for us to bring something that is useful to the community. So feedback. The second one will be to spread the word. I mean, we started 2.5 years ago, so we're a small company still. So I guess to tell people that we exist, that will be the second thing to ask. And the third one is that if they want to join, that they contact us, and we see how we can help them to increase their visibility, to increase their competitive value, and yeah, to have direct access to their customers.
So for me, it is clear we all have to spread the word. So you get an item, all of you, an item, your agenda to do after this is to spread the word. We're going to have a nice Q&A, but before that, I would like to ask all the people who came with me on the Epic bus to open their camera, to unmute their microphone, and to give a nice round of applause to my favorite search engine of optics in the very planet, Meetoptics. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good job.
It was a really nice tour. We actually learned a lot from you. The floor is open for questions. Any question, comments, suggestions? We have the whole team now in front of us.
How would we go about if we want to integrate our web shop in your system?
So it's very easy. We take care of all the integrations. So we would need to understand what are your competitive value, or what are those specifications that you would like for sure to be there. But we basically will take your catalog and put it on our website. So you have to do basically nothing. And just
then I put you in contact with sales people, marketing people on our side to run the web shop, and let's see what they think. So I can't promise anything, but I think it's a great idea.
Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. Yeah, thank you very much. Yep.
I mean, the existing companies that you show, they're already offering micro optics. Solabs and Edmunds, they're both well, let's put it this way: they offer micro optics based components. Maybe they don't call it micro optics. So this is something we have to look into this. So I just tried to type in micro optics, and there was no results. So the question is, so more application driven, maybe, or function driven, I guess.
We want to have a category that's called micro optics, but at the moment we have a small optics that have some micron length inside the category of lenses, spherical lenses. So we have them.
So for example, a flat top generator or diffuser can be based on micro optics, but it's just called a flat top or diffuser. So so that means we don't actually need to know that we use micro optics for this particular application. So that means maybe we could. So this is whereas we focus more on collimation and flat tops in our terminology, but Solabs and Edmunds might use a different terminology for the same optical component. So that would need to be discussed. And I don't know.
Yeah, we decided to put the way that we word it is by the geometry of the optics. So you would have, for example, lens array, where there are micro optics inside, but there are also big micro lenses array. But there is also other categories that are based on the application. So like you mentioned, diffusers, for example, prisms, we have them also by application. So yes, we can see how we can structure them. But once we decide that, then it's basically straightforward that we can include your products.
Thank you. So yes, I will put you in touch. So it's not really my decision, but I think it's a great website. It's really it helps us a lot.
I think what these guys are going to achieve when they involve all the different parts, they have the optics, but all the different parts, and they actually have the community. This is something that I would, if I had a catalog, I would like it to be there yesterday. I actually have Edmund Optics in the room. Let me see, because they told me that they have a bit of connectivity issues, but Agnes Hughes is with us. Agnes, are you with us?
Hi.
Hello, Agnes. How are you?
Hey. My internet connection is falling off all the time, so I have only gotten bits and pieces. And
okay.
Yes. Well, what can I say? I guess Barbara and myself, we know each other for a long time already, and it was more coincident that we started working together again. No, but I think it's a great idea, and it's a great platform to get access to everything that is out there, and also giving us as companies maybe the opportunity of finding gaps which are not filled yet. And I think that's also good feedback to us, back to the companies, when certain measures like Ross stated earlier that there was a small item he could not find. So I think that's also a good indication if we as companies maybe got this feedback, that there's something that is not available yet, to give us as companies an idea what could be in the development chain,
Agnes, the reason why I wanted to bring you on the loop, because I already know that Barbara knows you very well. Of course, you've done fantastic of putting all the products already in Meetoptics. But in the beginning of the telco today, we talked quickly about the characterization, metrology of the optics. We actually had how to measure transmittance and reflectance, and Taras, the CEO of Ascent Optics, also intervened. I would like to ask you that, to what extent is there a need to further collaborate on this? And is there a standardized way of characterizing the optics for Meetoptics, not to have to just believe what people say in the catalog, but they can actually have some kind of a standardized metrology solution here? And I would like you to say, no, there's no standard, so I can work with Taras on making one.
It's a good question. I guess there is not just one answer. Micro optics also make a
We are losing the connection with Agnes. We cannot hear her, but you all heard that she said no in the beginning, right? So Taras, is that something that we could maybe try to do together with Meetoptics, to have some kind of, my dream would be a laboratory in Barcelona in which every optics that eventually appears in Meetoptics gets fully characterized. Is that a very difficult dream to make it real?
Well, in fact, to be honest, I had a question the same way, like you just mentioning, the one of our team from Meetoptics, they are offering products. But the question is there any chance to offer the services, like metrology services, and how that could be implemented through your web page? To be honest, I don't have the answer right now. So probably you may have an answer as a leaders or initiators of that idea of this platform.
So yes, the answer is yes. So first of all, thank you, Agnes, that you left, but I'm happy you said that, that it's useful for you and all for the companies to join. No, and for Taras, I would say that we also offer this already on the platform. So you can go to the platform and request services, request technologies, request custom products. So, and what we do is through your request, we analyze the technical challenge by keywords, and we match this keyword or technical challenge with those providers of the services on the industry. So we can do that with our database, and we do this match so quite easily. So the answer would be yes, we can do that as well. Yeah.
So let me contact you privately later on after this discussion, because we might have a floor here and an opportunity for cooperation with your company, definitely. Thank you very much.
Any final comment, suggestion, question? I'm going to make a countdown. I love doing that. I don't get embarrassed easily. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Meetoptics, and thank you all the people who came with me in the epic bus to Barcelona. I hope we can get vaccinated soon and I can actually go to Barcelona and have some tapas with you. I need that very, very much. Take care of each other, wear a mask, wash your hands, and see you very soon. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.